A friendly reminder that in 3 generations, everyone who knew us will be dead, including the people whose opinions stopped you from doing what you wanted all along. Imagine that someone you know achieves every dream and hits every goal they have. Years later, they get old and die. 2 years after that, how much do you care? About as much as everyone else will if you accomplish your goals and dreams. Do it for you.
It doesn't matter whether I achieve all of my goals or I don't achieve all of the goals. In 3 generations, I'll be forgotten, and the only people who were naysaying against me will also be dead. And so then it's like, just do it for me.
Someone that overthinks things, they get analysis paralysis, right? They just start thinking and thinking and thinking. They're frozen from their own thoughts, too many thoughts. Because if you're thinking, then you're not taking action. And if you're not taking action, then there's no consequence. And if there's no consequence, then there's nothing to be afraid of. So I think that the overthinking can be an excuse for actual fear. And same thing with like, oh, I'm a perfectionist. That's also fear. It's fear of not being perfect. And then on top of that, low confidence. Well, if you have low confidence, guess what? You're afraid. Your confidence is low. You're not sure of yourself. So you sit around and think about doing it instead of actually doing it. And then anxiety. Well, yeah, anxiety actually is fear. But let me ask you a question. If you're so smart, then why aren't you taking action and making something happen? So you've got a big IQ, that's no excuse to sit around and overthink things. Especially because if you're so smart, why can't you come up with a quick solution? Why can't you realize that overthinking is actually causing the problem harm? It's not moving the problem forward. So quit thinking so much and take action.
The gift of now is powerful. This is a day that you have never seen before, and this is also a day that you will never see again.
You said the same stuff last year. Broke, that was your excuse last year. I'm too busy. That's a good one, but not good enough. Why are you busy and running from your purpose? Nobody will help me. Woe is me. Nobody will support me. Honestly, until you start for real, until you launch, there ain't nothing to support. People tired of hearing you talking about me. We can't help you. We can't support you until you get started. Start now. No time to wait.
You have a purpose. It is imperative that you do not waste the time that you have been given.
Life isn't fair at all. At all. So what are you going to do about it? I knew that no one was coming back to help me. No one was going to miracle me to be somebody special. Everybody that called me, my dad, my mom, all my situations were on me now. And solely on me. So I had to start developing an indestructible mental toolbox. Your best work has to come when you're least motivated. Where does that come from? It comes from basically, I had to stop thinking normal. I had to stop thinking normal. I can no longer be a common man walking around doing common things. And that's the thing you have to realize. Everything you do, you may have some support, you may not, but it's on you. You have to make the decision whether you want to be a bad or whether you just want to be mediocre and everything's okay. But being a bad hurts real bad. And that's why I didn't want to do it.
Stop talking about your imperfections. Start now. Ain't nobody perfect because you'll never be perfect. Start now. You got haters. With all your haters, I've been telling you since the 90s, if you don't have haters, your vision is too small.
Got to dream big, start small, act now. Dream big, start small, act now. See, stop waiting for the temperature to change. Stop waiting for your feelings to be in check. Stop waiting for everything to line up. It's never going to line up. It's never going to be perfect. You just got to jump. You just have to jump. You have to believe in yourself because you already know what defeat feels like. You already know what the pain feels like. You already know what uncertainty and doubt and insecurity feels like. You already know what failure feels like. Give yourself a chance.
On the other end of suffering is a life that many people don't know even exists. It's a beautiful world because like the 40% rule. We all live in this world where our brains are keeping us in this box. Outside that box, on the other edge of suffering, which is on the other edge of that 40%, is a world that's endless of opportunity. But we are afraid to go outside that box because in that box it's comfortable. That's where all of our nice stuff, that's where the nice 4-lane highway's at. I know where the restrooms are at. I know where the gas stations are at. Outside that box, man, God gives you a shovel. and says, man, start digging. That's not fun. But when you dig your own path to all kind of stuff that's unknown. And that's where I started realizing, man, like on the other end of this is some beautiful stuff. So I got outside my box and realized, man, on the other side of the box was all this stuff.
Discipline your thoughts. Stop thinking too much. Don't go into the past. Don't go into the future. Be in the present. Why? Because only then it's possible that the mind is free, the capacity is free, and now you can completely immerse into whatever you are doing. And this means you have arrived.
A moment of pain is worth a lifetime of glory. Remember that.
If you tell yourself the truth, and the truth is, I'm not happy with where I'm at. That's the truth. The truth is, I can do more. The truth is, I can work harder than I'm working right now. The truth is, I can do more for my family. The truth is, I can do much better than I'm doing right now. And if that's the real truth, if that's what you believe, if you believe that to be the truth, you won't have to find more discipline. Discipline will find you.
I wanted to live my life in a way that when I died, I was proud of myself. I know what pride felt like. And if it took pushing myself to death, I was willing to do that. But I want to look in that mirror, not impress anybody, not money, not fame, not nothing. I wanted to impress the guy in the daggone mirror. And I worked endlessly and tirelessly to do that. And it happened.
Stay in your lane, but just take inspiration, do more, think less, action removes doubt. The more you do, the less you have time to doubt and overthink things.
Everything changed for me when I realized that we're not meant to feel excited and perfect all the time. I started accepting that where I am right now is where I'm genuinely meant to be. Tough days are all a part of the process. Lean into them. Bad days are also part of a very good and meaningful life. So on my toughest days, I think about getting through one more day, one more workout, one more rep.
The cost of staying still, the cost of being reactive instead of proactive, and basically the cost of not being aggressive, because that's what we're talking about, is a lack of aggression. And so what does that look like? Well, you explain to them that the longer we sit, the better position the enemy gets into. The longer we wait, the less we know about what is actually happening. Think about that one. The more you sit here and you're planning, the less we know what's going on out there. The things are happening. They're changing. They're evolving. The enemy is maneuvering. There's developments on the battlefield or in the marketplace, and you don't even know because you're sitting in the planning space. The longer we wait, the less time we have to recover if something does go wrong. So if we sit here and plan for 47 days, and on the 48th day we step out and we start to execute and something goes wrong, well, we're not going to make the 50-day mark because we spent all that time planning. So the longer that you're sitting around, the less time you have to recover and adapt and adjust. And the longer that you wait while you're doing planning, the less relevant your plan actually becomes. So that's what you need to make people understand. And there's people that are just habitual and chronic ferocious analyzers, and those are the people you gotta watch, but you gotta continually just get through their head that the more we sit, the more the enemy maneuvers, and if we let them maneuver on us anymore, we're gonna get killed. That's it. But sometimes people wanted to plan out every last detail, and that doesn't work. The details are not gonna stay the same. The things that you're planning on are gonna change. So don't sit there and plan every last detail, because it's not gonna help you.
Thought about how you say if you spend too much time planning and then you jump in the game all late, it's like, dang, you have no time to make any adjustments.
Can't react. You better go perfect, because that's the one shot you got at it. And guess what? It's not going to go perfect, because things don't go perfect.
Yeah.
Things are not going to go perfect. Not going to happen. So if you're sitting and planning that, trying to make that happen, it's not going to work for you.
Yeah.
So don't do it.
You got to want it first. Then you got to work it. Then you have the opportunity to win it. But it all starts with your want. You got to want this. I can't want this for you. You got to want this like no other. Then the work has to happen.